Greetings, Wanderer.
Greetings, Wanderer.
Greetings, Wanderer.
Greetings, Wanderer.
My name is Cord Woodruff, and I am the founder and CEO of the Book of Wanderers. Over the last 20 or so years, I've been fascinated by the change that's happened to storytelling on the internet. I met David, and he had expressed an interest in putting journals into the world.
When I was a kid and we would have family gatherings with a lot of kids, I had an aunt who would put us all in a circle and she would start a story. She would point to someone else in the group and that person would have to continue the story. I thought it would be fun to do something similar but on a larger scale with strangers. Create a story and then have other people that you don't know contribute to the story.
He would place them out into public spaces and allow people to write, but there was no way to retrieve the object once it was complete. My concern was that that's great, it's a fantastic mechanism, but I want to close the loop so we can actually bring the story out and then share it. And then I realized that I actually have an end-to-end service that I could create. The concept Fully Blown actually takes a bit of explaining. It's not something that's extremely easy to impart, in part because it doesn't currently exist in any form that anybody's aware of or familiar with. We create individual books, give them their own unique serial number, and then send them out into the world. We're not releasing one book at a time, we're releasing dozens or potentially thousands. They'll gather their experiences based on whomever they interact with and whatever trajectory that takes. When the book is complete, it can be returned to us. Once the book comes back to us, we'll take all the pages and digitize them, turn it into a digital library, and everybody can come in and take a look, creating a digital community. As they come back in, we weave them back into this larger tapestry, and that's what we actually call the Book of Wanderers, the grand sum total that tells the entire story, and we'll just keep adding them in as they come in, and the community grows. So we'll be able to see moments in time across a span of books that could have traveled the entire world.
There are three ways a book can be introduced. Someone starts a story and leaves it in a public space like a coffee shop for just a random person to find and contribute to the story or artwork, whatever the book contains. Someone can pass the book to someone that they know that might be interested in participating in the project. And then people who have already participated will be able to go online and buy a book and start their own story if they want to.
The books can be pretty much any type of content could go in them. People can draw, people can paint, people can stitch pages together, whatever their imagination takes them to. But what we wanted to hold true was David's original concept of creating the beginning of a story and then letting the next person and the person after that contribute to the story and change it. And so the story would continually evolve in a seemingly random way depending on who interacted with it. There are other parts to this that have similarities to things out in the world, but there's nothing quite like it, and there really hasn't ever been. So the opportunity to create a unique moment of genuine interaction is fascinating to me. The story is meant to be a group participatory event, so the more people that participate, the richer the entire story becomes. That's the type of mindset we're looking for. And the book itself will drive that behavior. We're not going to interfere. Once we set it out into the wild, it really literally is on its own, just like all of us. I'm really just fascinated to see what the outcome will be. I'm expecting it'll be quite extraordinary.